Hi there, everybody. Today we are going to give a quick demonstration on how to create a segment on Strava. If you're watching this, you're probably already familiar with Strava and what it is. If not, and you stumbled onto this by accident somehow, Strava is an online fitness tracker that adds a social networking aspect to it to allow you to keep up with friends and other Strava users and even compete with them. So with that, we're going to dive right in and give you this quick demonstration on how to create a segment on Strava. First, you're just going to go to the Strava homepage, strava.com. You're going to log in. After you're logged in, your dashboard's going to show up. So you can see my dashboard here, which shows activities from all your friends and whatnot. Now, to create the segment, it's not as intuitive as I thought it was going to be the first time that I created one. Because in the drop-down menu from Explore, there's segment Explore and a segment search, and that is not where you go to create new segments. Dashboard, there's my segments, not there either to create a segment. To create a segment, you have to go to an activity that you've already completed. So to do that, you go to the drop-down of training and my activities, and go to the activity that covers the route from where you want to make the segment. So I'm planning on making a segment of a route I ran on Thanksgiving, which is what I believe to be the longest climb in Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey. So I know the date, so I can go straight to that activity, which was November 23rd, and it's the one that has any kind of elevation gain. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up that activity, and then once you have the activity that covers the route of the segment you want to create, you just click on segments, and it will show that there are no segments on this activity. So then you can scroll down and click on create new segment. Pretty easy once you know where that is, where that button is. So then it will load the map of that activity, and you get to pick out on that map where you want your starting point and ending point for the segment to be. So in my case, I want the starting point to be at the bottom of the hill, which is down here on this multi-use pathway by the water. I want the ending point to be up here, this is where I have a turnaround, which is the top of a climb. So you're just going to use this slide ruler right here to slide where you want the starting point to be. And I want my starting point to be right at the base of the climb. Forward, so that'd be right there. And I want the ending point to be at the very top of the climb right there. So I got to slide my ending point back. Right there. So now that I've got the segment that I want highlighted, just click on next. And then make a name for your segment. So mine is the biggest climb in Atlantic Highlands, question mark. So I'm not sure if it is or not, but I think it is. And I'm going to make this one public because there aren't any other segments that overlap any part of it. So I'm going to uncheck that box. If you want to keep the segment that you created, that you're creating private, just leave that box checked. That way it will only show up in your segments, and you can just use it to track your own progress on that, and other Strava users it won't show up in other Strava users' segment explorer, and you'll basically just use it as a training tool to compete with yourself. So we've got our segment named, we're making it public, and then we just hit create. And so then Strava might take a while, but Strava should be able to look back all of your past workouts and routes and show how many times you've already completed that segment and show your performance on it. So to do that, we'll just go to the to my segments under the dashboard, drop down, and go to your created segments. It should show up there. There it is. Biggest climb in Atlantic Highlands. And let's take a look at it. So it has my fastest time for that segment. So it's only showing one right now, and it hasn't shown anyone else's, pulled from anyone else's data who has completed that segment. But I'm sure that other people have run that, and so that should populate with other people's data, other Strava users' data in time. So that's the fast, easy way to create a segment in Strava. A few things before you create a segment. You should really go to the segment explorer before you decide to create your own segment and make sure there's not already an existing segment of the one you want to create, or if there are existing segments where you want to create one but they're not exactly the segment that you want, then you could keep yours private so that there aren't multiple overlapping public segments. So that gets kind of annoying if you go to search for segments and there's a bunch of overlapping segments. And the rhythm